Hiya friends, Prepared Suburbanite back with you. What I wanted to talk about today is really kind of simple. I think we've all heard this saying. It's been attributed to a fellow named G. Michael Hopf. And it says, hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. And there's an awful lot of truth in that old saying. But what I wanted to take it to the next level on that and talk about something that my wife's aunt once said to me in a conversation that we had out on her back deck in her home in Virginia. And she was quite the gal, very outspoken, very dedicated to her family, two adopted children, that kind of stuff. And she was a very intelligent woman. And what she had to say, in addition to what G. Michael Hopf has said with this hard times quote, is somewhat astounding, and it stuck with me for a real long time. So stick around. I'll get into what my wife's aunt really philosophized about. So stick around. So on top of this particular saying, my wife's aunt decided, I think after much thought, I think she came to realize and verbalize this to me a long time ago, that during times of national strife, in wars, and I think she was mainly talking about World War II, the Korean conflict, and even Vietnam at the time. And what she said was that the bravest and most courageous of souls are the ones that really never came back. And that led to having weak men creating hard times. And what she meant by that was kind of a simple analogy, that the bravest and most courageous of the men that did not make it back from World War II, the Korean conflict, Vietnam War, you name it, those were the fellas that were the leaders. They were the strong ones. They were the courageous ones. They were the ones that made a difference. And when you think about it, when we lost so many of our fighting soldiers in those wars, it took a huge slice out of the good men category that create good times, you know. And there's something to be said about her philosophy there. And as I said, she was a pretty smart lady. I really kind of enjoyed listening to her stories and her philosophy on life. And this one really kind of struck home with me, because I think there is a big difference in what we've experienced over the last 80 years or 90 years or so since the beginning of World War II, and knowing how many soldiers, sailors, Marine Corps members, you name it, how many of them just never came back. Those were the fellas that were the most courageous, that were the bravest, that were the leaders. And they were the ones that didn't come back. And because they didn't come back, they left a huge gap in the generations that followed. and without them to be the courageous leaders that we needed during those times, I think we were destined to fall into some of the hard times that we have been experiencing over the last few years. And I think there's an awful lot to be said about that. Let me know what your thoughts are on this, and if my wife's philosophy, or my wife's aunt's philosophy, resounds with you, that all those brave men that lost their lives, that gave their lives for our freedoms and our liberties, they were the ones that could have contributed so much to the prosperity that we are all looking for in this country of ours. So let me know what you're thinking. This is the Prepared Suburbanite with today's philosophy lesson, and I'll see y'all on the next video.